Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. My name is Evan. In today's video, I'm going to go over my 15% banger on Qqq today. And I'm going to show you exactly what could have happened as well. But that's okay because we caught a 15% banger. Quick, easy, got in, got out. That's it. So real quick, hop into my screen. We have Qqq pulled up here. And I'm going to zoom out. I'm on the 1 minute time frame currently. I'm going to switch to the 5 minute for you guys. As you can see on the 5 minute, we have just a massive kind of rally up here, right? And that's moving into the day. So on the day, I'm already biased towards the upside because of this huge movement up. We tried to pull back yesterday, right? Found some support, ended up kind of consolidating and slowly moving up. And then obviously, as you can see, after the time switch into the new day, pre-market for today ended up, pushing up. So from that alone, I'm looking for upside on the day. So immediately on the open, I was looking for a break of this 391 level. And if you ask, hey Evan, where'd you get the 391 level? Well, we can see here, there's multiple touches at 391 right there. And then 391 was also just above. It was a whole psych number, 391 flat. And it was just above where that pre-market kind of high had reached. So with a break of that level in mind, I was looking for calls to the upside. I was looking for puts below 390 to the downside. I was more so looking for upside on Qqq in this case. So obviously, as you can see though, on the 5 minute time frame, I'm going to switch back to the 1 minute so you guys can see this a little bit better. As soon as market opened, right, we end up pushing up. And we break that 391 level immediately. I swear this has happened to me every single day this week. And every single day this week, it's just been as soon as market opens, we break the level that I'm looking for, and then I can't take a trade. Because I'm not trying to take a trade right off of open. And if you watch these videos for the past 3 or 4 days, whatever, you heard me say this over and over again. I'm not taking a trade 2 to 3 minutes into the market open on a huge push like that. Number one, because that huge push usually reverses. And number two, because it's way too risky. There's too much volatility within that early in the market open, right? So as you can see, we broke that 391 level. I'm sitting on my hands this entire time. And it just gets worse and worse because I'm sitting on my hands and this thing continues to push over and over again, right? I'm thinking it's going to slow down here. Nope, psych, it keeps pushing up, right? We end up hitting, going up here, hitting 393, just breaking above it slightly, and we start to pull back. That was the first, obviously, first red candle. I have mine as white, but the first red candle that we saw. So we start to pull back here. Once we pull back to this EMA, I'm like, okay, this thing is super overbought. I start to see momentum, my momentum indicator shifting towards the downside. So I'm looking for somewhat of a reversal. I'm not looking for anything massive here, and maybe that was my mistake, but I still caught a little bit of a move. So I'm looking for a reversal to the downside on this one. As you can see, we end up pulling back. And if you guys know, the red arrows are my entries and the purple arrows are my exits. So we end up pushing back here to the 9 EMA. Finding a little bit of support, people start taking profits. It starts to try to push back down below that. Once this candle goes in here, I said, okay, this is going to be we're beginning to consolidate. This is the 4th candle in the row, just kind of going sideways. I'm going to enter a position here. I'm going to set my stop loss, and we're just going to see how the trade goes, right? Because if we're going to move down, we're going to hit the profit target. And if we're going to move up, then I'm going to get stopped out. So obviously, as you can see, I went ahead and labeled it out on this one. My stop was 392.6. It was this red dashed line right here. And if you guys can see, obviously, it never went up and touched that. Now, if you ask, why did you make your stop 392.6? I wanted my stop to be very tight, and I didn't want to lose very much on this trade at all. And obviously, as you can see, this candle here, this candle here, and this candle here, this candle slightly broke above 392.6, but these other two did not. So a close above 392.6 would have been an exit for me. That would have been my stop loss. We never ended up coming up there. Let's go, right? We're heading down now. As you can see, these candles start to form to the downside, but with this consolidation, the premiums weren't moving a whole lot. Once we start to move down here, I notice another H pattern, which is another thing that I talk about. You can see this H pattern, we come down, people take a profits, and then we end up coming down even more. My initial profit target, or target my initial profit target on this one was the 20 EMA. So that is this like purplish line right here. We ended up coming down here, and I saw more room for downside because the momentum charts were moving so quickly to the downside, right? We end up coming down there, bouncing a little bit, people taking profits, and I see us holding below this 9 EMA. Once we do that, right, we're coming down, we have a decent candle down. I end up getting out on this trade here for 15% banger on QQQ. Now, I know what you're thinking. 15%, well, look where this thing went. I know. I'm frustrated as well, too. Because as soon as I got out of this thing, these contracts ended up running to 140%. I'm not even joking. Like, I was sitting here, like, I was just mad because I got out too early. But one thing you have to pay attention to is I caught this move almost from the beginning of when it started happening, right? We ended up pulling back here. I entered my contracts here. We ended up moving down with almost zero drawdown on this, right? And got out here for a 15% gain. Now, obviously, we could have kept holding this entire time and made more money, right? But that wasn't my game plan. My game plan was to get in and get out. I did not want to play games with the market pushing up as much as it did this morning, right? And oftentimes, if you guys have been trading the past couple weeks, you've seen that the market will have a little bit of a pullback, and the next thing you know, it'll be right back up. So I didn't want to get caught in a giant push right back up after we just had a little bit of a move down, right? So I locked in 15% profit, and the rest is history. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something from this. This is just a simple reversal pattern, right? As you can see, market pushed up early in the morning. We started to pull on back. I waited for the 9, right? I waited for it to test the 9. It didn't break the 9 yet. I anticipated it slightly. We ended up pushing down below the 9 EMA, ended up breaking below the 20 EMA. And in many of these reversal patterns, you can aim for the 20 EMA as a shorter target, which was what I was doing, or you can aim for the 45 or the 200-day moving average. So the 45 is this yellow line here. You could have aimed for that, or you could have aimed all the way down here for this 200-day moving average. For me, that was too far away for how bullish the market was. So I decided to take profits a little bit sooner, and obviously you can see what happened. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you learned something. Like this video for more videos like this one, and I will see you guys in the next video.